Well, good morning everyone. It is the 1st of March, so happy March to you. How quick did February go, by the way? Welcome along. We are going to be doing another Tenerife news update. If you are new to the channel, I am Andrew and I've lived here for coming up to 8 years now, and I have been keeping people updated with the news over here, the change of restrictions, etc. We have had another few good changes. If you were on my live stream on Sunday, I did say that this week was going to be a good week, and there we go. It is continuing to be a good week. I'm going to run through all of that good news in a moment. Firstly, I'm going to start where we always do with a COVID update. What are the latest COVID figures over here at the moment? So I'm going to run through those right now. And the Canary Islands end February with 866 new cases and another drop in active cases as well. So for Monday 28th, this was yesterday, new cases 866 in total. Gran Canaria had the most with 443, Tenerife 317, Lanzarote 37, Fuerteventura 29, La Palma 26, La Gomera 13 and El Hierro 1, which on the grand scheme of things is very, very low, especially those last few islands. 29, 26 on the grand scheme of the population, they are very, very low numbers. In terms of total active cases per island now, there's 14,000 in all of the Canary Islands. Gran Canaria again has the most with 6,675. Tenerife is down, and that is 5,736 on Tenerife. Fuerteventura 680, Lanzarote 523, La Palma 343, La Gomera 96 and El Hierro 20. So overall cases are rapidly dropping. We did see that last week, which is why Tenerife dropped down into level 3 restrictions. If you want to know about that, that is in the previous update video. I will leave the link to that in the description. We are currently now in level 3, a lot more relaxed. Now I'm going to run through the very good news, especially if you are from the UK. You're going to see some excellent changes coming in, starting with this one, and that is that UK travellers can now enter the Canary Islands with a COVID recovery certificate. So if you have recently recovered from COVID and you're not fully vaccinated, you can travel with that certificate now, which is brilliant news. The Spanish government have made an update in the official bulletin that now allows travellers from third countries over the age of 18 to enter Spain, including the Canary Islands, with a valid recovery certificate from COVID without the need to be fully vaccinated. At the time, they have extended the limitation if not vaccinated until the end of March. So if you're not fully vaccinated and you haven't recently recovered from COVID, you still cannot enter. We don't know whether that rule will change at the end of March, but we'll have to wait and see. At first, it wasn't fully clear whether or not this included travellers from the UK, but the British government have just updated their travel website, showing that it does. It is on the official gov.uk website. Again, I'll leave the link to this in the description. You can see the full information on there. This means now that UK holiday makers can come to the Canary Islands if you are over 18, fully vaccinated, and have at least 14 days before travel in Spain, your last vaccination. You do need to have the 2 doses, and if your second dose is over 270 days old, you would have to have had the booster. Or if you're over 18 with a recovery certificate, providing that you have recovered from COVID in the last 6 months, you can also use a medical certificate or recovery record to prove your COVID-19 status on entry to Spain, as long as it shows evidence of the diagnostic test from which recovery certificate derives. So you must show that you've had it, but you've got to show that you've had that negative test afterwards to show that you have recovered from it. The recovery certificate must include your name, surname, date of birth, date of the positive test, date of the negative test, the type of test performed, and also the issuing country. So you must have official paperwork. You can't just come in with a bit of a dodgy test on your phone or something like that. It is going to be strict. Make sure you've got a proper recovery certificate if you can. Over 12s and under 18 can enter Spain by presenting proof of full vaccination vaccination, or recovery certificate, or also a negative PCR test as well. Children can enter in between those ages. So very, very good news there. You can travel now if you have had COVID recently and you haven't had the vaccination. You can travel. Whether that will increase things, I think most people are fully vaccinated now anyway, but it is another little bit of good news. In more good news, I think a few airlines will follow this. You may have already seen it. Jet2 bin masks for flights to and from England and Northern Ireland as well. So Jet2 have updated their policies for the use of masks in their hubs in airports in England and Northern Ireland and on board their planes as well. However, at the moment there is no update for Scotland, and at the moment the airline does not fly from Wales either. So this is just England and Northern Ireland at the moment. According to their update on their website, from now, if you're travelling from England or Northern Ireland, it's no longer a legal requirement to wear a face masks at their hubs and on board their flights as well. However, the UK government guidance does still recommend that you continue to wear a face mask in these sort of enclosed spaces. In Scotland, it is still a legal requirement for everyone aged 6 and over to wear a face mask at Scottish airports and on board Jet2 planes as well. In a statement, Jet2 confirmed that you'll need to wear a mask on the plane for landing, inside the airport you've landed at, and on board transfers as well. So what they're saying is, at the UK airport and on your flight over here, you haven't got to wear one, but when you land here, you've got to put one on. You've got to transit through the airport with one on. This is Spanish rules at the moment, Canary Islands rules as well. If you're getting on a bus transfer, etc. Basically, the minute you land, you are then restricted to Canarian and Spanish rules, and they are that you must wear masks inside at the moment. However, that could be changing soon as well. Very positive news that I do think the likes of EasyJet and Ryanair will jump on with that, because I think a lot of people will be opting to fly with Jet2 there and not wearing a mask. So I do think we might see some other airlines jumping on board. What I would say about that is it may also depend on what the rules are of the country you're flying to. I know with the likes of America, it's their law for people to wear masks for the whole flight when people are flying over to the States. When I flew over back in November and December over the Tannoy, they did say you must wear a mask at all times. It was Virgin's rules, but it was also American law, American rules, that you must wear a mask for the whole flight. Anyone flying over on the plane must wear a mask at all times. So could we see some countries saying, well, that doesn't matter, Jet2, our rules are if your flight wanted to come in, they must have worn masks at all times. We'll see. Be interesting to see how that one plays out, but it's a very positive move. It's a sign of the times. We're seeing a lot less restrictions going on now. My partner Laura flew from Liverpool back here the other day, and she said in Liverpool basically no one was wearing masks at all. And also when she landed in Tenerife, there was not many people wearing masks, and it was not really being enforced much either. That leads us on nicely to the next article. I have mentioned this before, and that is that Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez reiterates that mandatory use of masks indoors will end very soon. Pedro Sanchez reiterated yesterday, this was on Monday, that very soon the use of masks indoors will no longer be mandatory due to the de-escalation of restrictions. Although he has not specified a date, the Prime Minister assured that it is a decision that will be taken very soon with advice of the scientific community and joint decision between the regional health authorities. So we could see in Spain and Canary Islands here the use of masks indoors being optional rather than mandatory, which again is more brilliant news. Everything heading in a fantastic direction. I've got to say, I've done quite a few live streams on the channel. If you are new, make sure you go and check those out. I was live again in Las Americas yesterday, and the theme of the video was holiday vibes, and it really was. It felt very back to normal. All of the bars and restaurants full. People were just chilling, having a drink, enjoying the views. Promenade was busy. No one really wearing masks. It felt very much back to normal. And with these new rules now kicking in, a lot of people are saying the same. I feel like it's very much back to normal now. A few people have said I'm going to start booking now because things are really turning the corner. And what else can I say? Fantastic news. If I did miss anything, do comment it below. Things do change very quickly, so I will leave all the links to these in the description. Remember, things change by the hour, so always read the government website before you travel. Always double check the rules. In a few days time, things could have changed again. I will do my very best to keep you updated. I've been doing this for many months now. I will continue to do so until there's no more news to run through. That'll be a sad day, won't it, when there's no more news updates? I think that day could be coming. But I will continue to keep you updated. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. It's completely free. There is loads of stuff on the channel. Coming up tonight as well is my full Siam Park vlog. I did go a couple of weeks ago now. New restrictions and new rules in Siam Park, so if you're coming over, you will want to check those out. See what it's like going to the water park now. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the thumbs up if you like that news. I certainly do. I wasn't the biggest fan of Jet2 a year or so ago, but they are turning things around, and you watch, there'll be other airlines jumping on board with this, trust me. But thank you very much. Have a fantastic day. I'm starting off my day here down at the beach, and I'm off to work now. But it's going to be a lovely day. If you're here in Tenerife, enjoy it. We've got blue skies, nice calm seas, very nice. Stride on, guys.